Hi everyone, this is Arjuna, aka Professional High Priestess, and I'm back with another message. And you guys know what? I had a whole song in my head, and then last minute, like I hella remixed the words to that song. What is it? And it kills me to know how much I really love him. And I remixed mine to it kills me to see how much he loves them. So much I wanna woo ooh ooh. Do 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 ooh ooh ooh. La 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 la. Should I keep up with the attack to see if they react? Ooh. So much I wanna ooh ooh ooh. Spine with tarot. Now, one of the things that this channel message is about, it's not about I want you to think about everything that I'm gonna say in this. But for the most part, I also have like a special message that I just wanted to say too, because a lot of this is the way that us readers, when you're really intuitive reader and you're helping people heal, we've gone through some of these situations. We've dealt with some of these core principles, and that's how we can help you see what it is for what it is. And for this situation here, I'm telling you, these are what I'm putting out are things. It's like Psalms and different like scripture, and you can come back and watch this at any time, and it's still gonna apply no matter what situation. Listen to the core themes. So with that being said, these karmics are embarrassed, and it kills them to see how much you're not fucking affected. Should I keep up with the attack to see if they react? They want to still keep on going with the games. No one gives a fuck. Some of these karmics really went above and beyond y'all just to make themselves look hella stupid. And I know I keep on saying the same thing, but you really have to understand, like, these karmics are really weak as fuck. You don't have to even worry about them. I know for some of you guys are like, I need confirmation. That helps you release. But this is one of the things too. The more you try to just push through on your own without seeing the release, when it finally comes, it's like you shed a whole layer. I want to give an example. Like, you guys know, I got my second channel, the PHP Justice series, where I'm talking about a lot of these things that are going on with the spiritual warfare and how all of this is really about like people getting served their ancestral karma. And it's just like, you have to pat yourself on the back for the ways in which you carried yourself when people are trying to destroy you or break down your character. It's really exposing their character. And even when I was going through this whole entire thing, I was like, you know what? Like this, I know that I have a life after this. Like, this is not what the fuck. Like, absolutely not. I have something else that I need to go do. That's why I actually want this to end, because I have things that I want to plan, do in the community, creative projects and ideas and all that stuff. And through the whole entire process, I was being fucking attacked, spells put on my money and my finances, spells put on my health so that I wouldn't be able to work, energy harvesting rituals back to back from different covens. And I was still just pushing through and cutting out all that stuff because the Most High has a plan for me. And that's the greatest plan. Why the fuck would I succumb to the plans of lowlives and karmics and the lowest vibrational forces on this planet? Why? I had something that I had to do on the other side. And sometimes there were times where I'm just like, oh my God, when is this shit gonna end? But other times I already knew that it was a mission. So for a lot of the things that were going on and happening to me, I didn't take it personally. I just knew people were building up their karmic debt, period. And that whatever plan that they quote unquote had for me is what they were gonna end up laying in because of their game. All the lies and all the slander has gone reverse. None of the manipulation worked. None of what they've attempted to do has true. They've made calls to everybody far and wide. I'm 100% sure, because they hacked my phone and stuff like that. They even try to contact my new school. I'm 100% sure. I'm 100% sure. And that's how they're going to continue to trap themselves and make themselves look stupid. They will go and go and go because it turns into an obsession. It's a psychotic rage that they get into. A psychotic obsession with trying to destroy you and break you down to feed their ego off of what they claim that they did to you, or what they thought they were going to do to you. It's just this sick energy vampire bullshit all over again. Same thing. It's just them trying to complete a false and a failed initiation. That happened how long ago? We don't do that anymore. We do real boss shit. That's why it's killing them. Y'all have to understand that when you guys are dealing with these karmics, eventually it comes to the point where they're going to be embarrassed for what they try to do because it just makes them look stupid and unhealed. And like they have no home training. But unfortunately, some people, they have to learn that hard way by dealing with a reflection of who they are not. So I was happy to. I was like, oh no, you're going to definitely embarrass yourself playing with me because I know, because when you know who you are, come on now, what the fuck are they going to tell you? Especially low life ass karmics. And it was so funny because last night one of my subbies, she had posted a meme. Let me see if I can find this real quick because I think it was so pivotal. I wanted to post it on my board. I was going to ask her. Let me see. Okay. There she goes. People would rather point out your flaws than fix their own. A lot of the people that attack me and shit like that, they don't have nothing on me. That's why, and a lot of people that attack you, they have nothing on you. That's why they have to create shit and lie. You guys, I'm going to keep on pulling this back because a lot of y'all have to understand different levels of this. When you're dealing with individuals that act in that energy, you have to realize that it's all about them. It has nothing to do with you at all. And that's how you don't get into their game. Do what they want to do. Let them call you a fraud. Let them call you a hoe. Let them this. Let them call you a underachiever. This and that. They're talking about themselves. They're just projecting onto you what they see in themselves. Because other than that, how can they be so detailed? They're talking about themselves because that's how they live. Yes. Let them hate. That's all they have to do inside themselves. Imagine being a grown-ass person or even somebody with kids, and that's what entices you. Like, think about that. Think about the type of toxic ass energy you just transmitted to your child. And you know, another thing here too that's also happening for a lot of these folks, they may have children and they're thinking to themselves, would I want my child to be like me? And a lot of them cannot say yes. Imagine how fucked up that is. But sometimes the Most High puts these situations as a test, not just for you, but also for them in regards to, oh wow, you know what? Like, I'm actually like a foul-ass human being. I'm not who I thought I was. I really actually need to get myself together. Like, or there's something mentally like wrong with me. Like, I'm missing core fundamental building blocks of how to behave as a human being on the planet. That's why I'm dealing with now that's whipping my ass or embarrassing me or pulling out all my skeletons out of the closet. Or that I'm trying to emulate and everyone can see. Or that I'm ruining my life over. We talked about that. They're ruining my life just by karmics. They're tired. Just to sit down and watch you all day. No money, no prospects coming in, nothing. But just to watch you and stalk you all day. Think about that, y'all. And they exaggerate shit. They say this, they say that. Don't worry about it. That's their own shit. That's their astral waters. That has sewage and shit like that in it. Not yours. You just enjoy the ride of knowing where the destination, where you're going to end at the end of the day. You already know the destination. Just enjoy the process of them embarrassing themselves. A lot of these karmics, they got to put you in situations and they're the ones suffering and they can't stand it. A lot of these karmics, I've been seeing a lot of people that I know for a fact they put out magic. I don't think that they know that I know, and I'm seeing it ruin their lives. That's another thing here too. I'm gonna just keep it hella real. I don't be on my social media because you guys might be taking forever to respond, but I just swipe through my social media because I haven't looked at it or anybody really on there in 2 to 3 years, and I'm seeing all the people that attack me, gang stalk me, spread slander. They look fucking horrible. They've aged at least 5 to 6 years in the span of 2 years. They look crazy. They're not doing well. They've had to leave the area that we were living in. Their businesses are getting shut down. None of them are fucking happy. And is it making me happy to see, oh no, like, oh yeah, that they're getting, ha ha ha, nah. It's just like, damn, like this is the Most High is like showing you, like, no, these are my works. This is also my works. As I'm making you a work of protection and making you a work of art in progress and putting you on putting you on stage to go to A, B, C, and D, or putting you in a position to support the community in social work, right? Or in the health field, or in home health, or with your children, or in your immediate family, or in your immediate neighborhood or housing complex, or on like local PTA boards or whatever the hell, or at your job, or for your own business or whatever your endeavors. As I'm setting the tone for you to do that properly, look how I'm setting the tone too for individuals that work against me, that are not righteous. That's what's happening right now. Because you had more sense to have fear in God. Like, nah, if I treat another person like that, obviously it's going to come back to me. There's nothing in this world that says that I can do that and I can successfully come out of it with nothing happening. A lot of these karmics, you have to understand, they're psychotic. So they create rules and laws in their head to attack you, and then it ricochets back and they're like, what? I didn't know that I can end up looking stupid. I didn't know I can end up getting exposed. I didn't know that person was actually higher than me the whole time. I didn't know that slander can actually reverse and I fuck off my career. I didn't know that I'm embarrassing my children. I didn't know that I would be embarrassed as a parent for the way that I behaved. I didn't know that I was going to come to a place where I had to actually reflect on myself and ask what I want to be in a relationship with the person that I am, or what I want my children to be to turn out to be like me. I didn't know I was going to have to ask those hard ass questions that no one should even have to get to, because certain questions you won't have to fucking answer if you don't put yourself in that vibration. Like in Nigerians, they'll ask you like, "Are you stupid?" They'll be like, "Are you mad?" Like, "You they crazy?" And that's because somebody had put themselves in a position to make themselves look a certain way. So they're going to ask you that. Your family don't ask you, "Are you a fool?" And they're asking you that because what the fuck are you doing for me to even have to ask you that? Like, are you a fool? Are you stupid? Are you crazy? Are you mad like in the head? And then when they say like, "Are you mad?" Not like, "Oh, you're mad." Like, are you like, have you lost your mind? That's what they're asking you. Like, you did crazy? You won't have to get to the point to have to answer those questions. But you put yourself in that frequency and that timeline. Now you have to sit there and ask those questions that you should have been asking yourself when you were maybe 10, 11, 12, teens. Now you're a grown-ass person with children or with the household or with the reputation that's in shambles. While you're over here asking, how did I get through that? Why didn't I see these qualities about myself previously? How I not get into this type of situation again? What work still needs to be done? Because I want to keep this newfound way of understanding myself in relation to the world. How do I just keep on going? Because you're already being vindicated. That's done. That's fucking done. How do I not focus on? It's not about you even proving anything to the karmics. You don't have anything to prove. Why the fuck are you trying to prove something to the person that's trying to destroy you because they want to be you? Because they see something in you that they don't see in themselves. That's not the question that you should be asking. Change the way that you think about it. Focus on who you are and knowing who you are and clearing out all projections and continuing to work on yourself. Let that shit return to sender. Some of these karmics ran whole fucking smear campaigns only for them to get fucking exposed as rats. And this is what my subby was saying. They exaggerate your flaws and they act like they don't have any. Like I said, most of the people that talk shit about me or they gang stalk me and stuff like that, not a single one of them is doing any better than me. Not a single one. They engage in the lowest vibrational shit that you can think of. They are toxic ass people. They've caused all kinds of problems and harm in other people's lives. They make shit up for attention. They're addicted to pity. Why the fuck would you pay attention to something like that anybody in that vibration has to say? They're engaged in all kinds of sexual deviancies. They don't got shit to show for. They're just trying to make themselves feel good off your energy by doubting you. That's all that is. You have to see it from that point, or else you're always going to be a slave to other people's projections. Don't even let that happen. And these karmics are upset because they couldn't make you a slave to their projections or their fucked up way of thinking. Why? For what? Who are you again? These karmics realize by trying to do that, they're trying to make themselves their God. You ain't my motherfucking God. Who the fuck are you? And why should I care? Especially people who have money or some type of attention or status or reputation. or sorry, not status, but type like that. It's this. That's why people so much worship celebrities, because they put them on the pedestal as God. So these people are trying to be celebrities in your family or in your household or something like that, and they want you to bow down to what? And this is what we're talking about. They're upset because they're not suffering because they believed in a false ideology. That's done. Especially with the transit, that shit is all the way fucking done. No, like, who the fuck are you? Because some of these people, they won't stand in front of you and do the shit that they're doing. Absolutely fucking not. Hell nah. They'll disintegrate in front of you. That's why they do shit usually behind the scenes. Come on now. Think about that. Do you really take that shit seriously? They're just trying to put you in the Nine of Swords because that's where they live. They're cursed. And they want you to feel how they feel. Self-hate, insecure. That's what they were trying to do to you when they were trying to do A, B, C, and D to you. Gang stalking, whatever. Lying on you. Not taking care of their kids. Putting other bitches in your face. Comparing you to other family. Whatever it is. Downing your work. In the workplace. Clicking up against you at work, whatever. They just want you to feel how they feel. Bitch, I will never feel how you feel. That's for you and yours. Birds of a feather always flock together, so a whole bunch of toxic motherfuckers are always going to run with each other. Always. They all know that they're low vibing. They just want to feed off each other's energy and keep each other in the same frequency. Oh, well, let's attack that person because they're doing this and this and that. So don't make us all feel better about ourselves. Nah, you're still going to get your tea. And you're still going to get your tower. Y'all, you just got to come on with this. You just got to come on with this. Don't let anybody tamper with your will. Ever. Don't let no one tamper with your fucking mind. Ever. A lot of these karmics are fucking embarrassed because they try to do A, B, C, and D to you. And they didn't even know who the fuck they were playing with at all. Walk straight into the lion's den. Really. And they feel stupid now because they're suffering in that lion's den. But you walked up in here. But fools always rush in to hate, to talk, to stalk, to attack. Bro, only a fool rushes into that type. Only a fool enters into that type of behavior. You already know what they're going to get. They're going to get into the lion's den eventually. Now they look like a fool and they're getting the repercussions of that foolishness and they can't stand it. But it was fun when they were doing whatever the fuck they were doing. Why not? They want instant gratification. But you know, instant gratification always leads to shit long term that you can't really pay back. These karmics are realizing that too. Damn, I gave up something infinite for something finite. I gave up my peace of mind permanently, my reputation permanently, or something like that. My ability to be taken seriously permanently by doing A, B, C, and D. They're learning now. Because they realized that they were playing with fire and got fucking burnt. But they didn't think it was fire. Because their eyes are not adjusted. They don't live within, they can't see properly. Because the way that you can really, really see in the reality and see properly is when you're in alignment with the 105 laws of the universe. You guys know we talked about this. When you're in good standing with karma, that's when you get your gifts, when you get the sight, the real sight. These karmics can't see, they're blind, and it's just the blind leading the blind. You clearly see that. We're going to get into these cards. We'll timestamp too for those of you guys who want to pass and just go straight into the reading. A lot of these karmics, and you know, I always know, I'm also seeing it here too. People complaining about this, so da. Why the fuck are you playing with spell work too? Why are you playing with black magic and then you're mad when it's backfiring? That's another thing here too. Some of these karmics are trying to blame you for shit backfiring onto them. Why the fuck are you mad? You try to do something stupid and it backfired. I'm telling you, these people do not think right. Their mind is warped. Completely warped. They can just have the appearance of acting normal. But when you really, really get behind closed doors, they're completely fucking dysfunctional. They're like kids. Blessed and highly fucking favored. And it kills me to know how much I really clown myself. So much I wanna woo. Should I keep up with the attack to see how they react? Ooh, with the Pluto pussy and French bar cock. And it kills me to know how much I really clown myself. Some of these people really went to go get whole STDs trying to play games with you or put other people in your face or spite you or whatever the fuck they thought that they were going to be doing, or being fast, okay? Or being competition. They went to go burn themselves. And for those of you who have an STD, things like that, it's different when, like, you know, you've already gone to the point where you've healed from that. You're like, you know what, I know what I was doing, and I make amends for that. It's another thing where you know what you were doing, and you don't want to take amends, take accountability for your behavior. That's when it really hurts. What messages do you have, please? They're embarrassed because they're in pain while you're doing what the fuck you want to do. A lot of y'all are moving to the next level. It says a fight breaks out. Exactly. Now these karmics, I'm going to tell you right now what's going to end up happening. For those of you who also have to deal with multiple at a time, they're going to start fighting themselves. Researching soul twin flames. Yes. This can also be for some of your masculines. Oh, they were going to punish you by going to the karmic. What? Or with the researching soulmates, twin flames, you found your person. Or with a fight, people try to bring conflict and war to your front door. Now they're dealing with it. And they're starting to see, you know what? I should have never tried it. It's okay to come to that point. I should have never just tried it. It's okay to come to that point because you're going to have to eventually anyways. So you do it now or you can do it later. Either way, it's going to get done. What messages do you have, please? You've overcome, and it's killing these karmics. And some of them are now trying to downplay. It says, I overestimated myself. Exactly. And then it says, I like to make you look bad, and it didn't work. Yeah, this is what we've been talking about too. You overcome. Some of you guys overcome slander. People still see the real you. Some of you guys overcame like whatever the fuck was take you off the game or destroy you, and you're still doing well. And people just can't stand it. But you want to know something too now? Another thing here is these karmics don't realize that they gave you bragging rights. That's one of the other things. Some of them do know, but some of them, they don't want to admit it. But some of them, they absolutely don't realize what has happened. It's pick either three. Some of them absolutely do know because what they try to do to you and because you completely swerve that shit, I'm in my lane. Or on the other end of that, they don't want to admit it, but they know that they have to. And they're trying to stop it or whatever, or they're just completely oblivious to it. They're not in the reality of understanding what's really going on. They've given you bragging rights though. And you don't have to brag. But you can be confident and keep your head all the way up. There's a fucking difference between being confident, celebrating yourself, and bragging and being cocky. There's a big ass fucking difference. And if you're an immature ass motherfucker, you won't know the difference between the two. But it takes maturity to be in the confidence and celebrating yourself versus being cocky and arrogant. So expect, she's not. Well, let me see the proof for investigating you or shit like that. Some of them are even trying to go out of their way to try to stop. They're not about to do shit. All they're going to do is just leave a track record of how even stupider, dumber they are that they're going to have to go back and look at everything that they've done. Every single action and thing that they've done to you, they're going to have to go back and look at. Some of these karmics are dissecting you and getting readings on you and looking up your background and shit like that. And just to find out that you're even more than what they were expecting to see. Damn. Where they do that at? And this is how the Most High is teaching them. This is how you get favored. When you stay in alignment and you stay in your lane. This is what you end up feeling like. Bitter, messy, obsessed. Turn it into an energy vampire. Doing low vibing shit to try to make yourself feel good about yourself. exaggerate because I have low self-esteem. Shit. Tell us more. And you know what? I want to say something for divine beings. I'm going to just keep it hella real. For those of you who know, you know. When you're doing well when you do well with yourself, when you go above and beyond, and when you heal, all of us, we go through different type of traumas that we're supposed to transcend. But like for some of you guys have been through some of the some unthinkable things, and you're still out here like making it and doing well for yourself. Some of these karmics haven't even really been through some of the things that they've had their experiences, but some of them have not been through the things that you've been through, and they're hella weaker than you emotionally, mentally, all that stuff. And that's one of the another reasons why they get hella mad, because they overestimate themselves in relation to you, even though they haven't really gone through some of the things that you've gone through and worked through some of the things that you've had to work through. And that's where they end up themselves in big ass towers, because they're playing with somebody who's gone above that shit and can see see it for what it is. And this is also for some of you guys too, that you got low vibing ass siblings that are constantly trying to invalidate your experience, because then for them, they're going to have to address a whole bunch of shit for themselves. That's their own delusional ass world and thinking. Let them live in it. You know what your experience was. That's your experience. I can see some of y'all in my mind's eye right now, having to deal with them, trying to put you down or invalidate the abuse and stuff like that. You were like, you weren't even here when this shit was happening, or you don't even remember a lot of this stuff. Or you were too young to even process everything that's going on. They're processing it in their warped ass mind. Don't even try to fight that. There's no fucking point. They're gonna have to come to that consensus at one point in time in terms of what really went on in your household. And a lot of your siblings are suffering now because they have to come to the realization, like, damn, like our parents did treat us differently. I actually did have more favor. My step-parent did cause problems. You know, if there was a step-parent partnership, my parent did cause problems for the other child. There were games played. Colorism was a factor. Favoritism for mothers or fathers did play into it as well. A lot of y'all are going through that right now. You're sifting through all of it like, damn, Arjuna, you got to. These self-help books and stuff like that, where do you think a lot of it comes from? People going through those experiences and being able to get into the nitty-gritty of all the different type of factors that go on. There was different type of treatment based on male or female or something like that. Or if your father was a certain race and their mother was different races or something like that. Some of them, it's killing them inside because they have to actually like acknowledge that, like the type of narcissism that they've been living in all their life and acting out on, or just creating. I'm gonna tell you right now, some of your siblings have gotten into some real shit with themselves, trying to use your name or play with your energy because of this. Like we also talk about this with these toxic ass parents that triangulate between the siblings and the kids to cause problems. Oh, lie on that person or do this or do that to go work with the other parent. A lot of them are getting themselves into stuff that they cannot even see themselves through. They're not even going to understand for several years the magnitude of what they've gotten themselves into, trying to work against you for mommy and daddy's love or to be in competition or because they're delusional. Cousins, family members, all that stuff. What messages do you have, please? Sleeping with the enemy. Yeah. And this is also too what we talked about with your person. You no longer want them and it's killing them. You're not addicted to me, or you're not on me like that. I thought you were gonna chase me and do this and do that. Nah. Some of them feel like, well, you're not that cute anyway, so you're just being uppity, or you're just saying that as a trick. Nah, like I really don't give a fuck. At all. You'd be surprised to know how much. Like, it's clear here. Clear face completely. Maybe before I knew who you were, maybe before I saw the way that you moved. I'm completely good. Some of them, they didn't know you at all. They thought they did, but they didn't. You overcome them. Oh, I did this and this and that with the karmic. Some of these people that claim that they rejected you, they watch you all fucking day. Or they're getting exposed for their obsession. Or they're getting exposed for the lies that they told. Some of these people told hella lies. That, oh yeah, she was this and she was that, and you didn't give a single fuck. They're on your block list or do not disturb, or you don't even like care to deal with it. Or you've processed that and you keep it pushing, and they're still using your name. Some of these men too have fallen, some of these men have fallen off completely. All the way the fuck off. While you've been just rising and going up. Now they look hella stupid, and people are putting two and two together. You did all that to that female. She was nice to you. She tried to do whatever. She was a good person, and you try to play that person. That's why you're under now, and that's why she's on top. A lot of these masculines are going through that right now. For some of y'all, you don't even know that this is happening, and people are like, "Damn, that's cold." Wasn't he talking about her and she was this and that, and she's doing hella better than this motherfucker now? Hella shit is going on. That's why these karmics are trying to discredit you and project onto you. They're crazy. Some of them are hearing from other people about your accomplishments or the things that you're doing well or what you're doing and where you're going. And they're lying, and they're discrediting, or they're flipping stories this, that, or they're making hella shit up. And then they have to go and sit and reconcile with the chasm in their mind of what they said versus the reality. Some of y'all, when you're going through your twin flame journey and you had situations where your person turned against you, or you were dealing with a karmic and they were turning against you and causing problems in your life, hell shit is coming out now about the woodworks. A lot of these people are isolated. No one wants to be with them, sleeping with the enemy. They're first to sleep with their own enemies. They don't even enjoy the sex because they want to fuck on you. And you want nothing to do with them. And everyone can see it. And everyone can see that whatever the fuck they've tried to do to you, or whatever game that they're playing, whoever they're dealing with now, they're just trying to build you into that female. We talked about this, the Build-A-Bitch workshop, or Build-A-Bear. Man, let me tell you all, for those of us who are on this journey and we're going through it, we've graduated, man. We've graduated. Hell yeah. While these karmics, they dropped all the way the fuck out. They couldn't make it. They couldn't hang. We went through that school of hard knocks. We went through those different degree lessons, those spiritual initiations and classes and things like that. We passed. We kept it pushing to the whole next level. These karmics failed their test. They did it, and now they're upset at you. Why? That's what you chose to do while I was staying in my lane. Some of these people are hella fucking mad because they did not get the reaction that they thought that they were going to get from you. I'm telling you, it kills them every single fucking day. Every day, they're not getting the reaction at all that they thought that they were going to get from you. And it kills them. And now they see how fucking childish and crazy that they look, trying to invoke certain shit in people. You look like a demon. Like there's something wrong with you. No one thinks it's funny. A lot of these people that try to block you, put obstacles and shit like that in your path, their organizations or their jobs, they're fucking fumbling. They've lost their reputation. But the Most High wanted that to happen. Their little cliques or their little groups or their little spiritual whatever the fuck. Fumbling, disintegrating. While you're up here setting the tone for the new groups, the new communities, and everyone that's about to be entering. Come on now. Look at this, y'all. For real, for real. I'm telling you. Some of these folks, I'm telling you, with the hard drugs and the underachiever, there you go. Some of these folks are like on drugs. because they cannot sit with the fact of what they try to do to you versus how you came out. All they did was expose who they really were at the end of the day. Their real mental illness, their real lack, low self-esteem, cloud chasing, bitterness, lack of connection, lack of maturity. Some of these people are really expressing hella low vibrational like behaviors and timelines. And it's just like, oh nah, yeah, you're way low vibrational. You're way low vibing, too low vibing, way too low vibing. You're on a whole other timeline. And that's one of the reasons why they're upset, because they realize that fundamentally they've been left behind in any way, shape, or form. It does not matter. They know for a fact that they have missed a certain train. They can intuitively feel that they've missed their train. It's like when you go to the Hogwarts, when you're about to go to Hogwarts and you have to go to the 9 3/4 platform, and there's like the secret gate to go. They're there at the platform and they don't get to go. They can't find 9 3/4, or they can't enter through the little gate. They're realizing that now. Something has left for them, whatever they try to do to you or cause in your life. And how you've overcome. Some people, they want you to feel low. No, calm down. No, oh yeah. And then they're going to try to gaslight or discredit for fucking what? Just because you feel that way about yourself doesn't mean I need to feel that way about myself. You don't know me. You're not in my body. You're not in my mind. When you're clear, people don't understand this though. Like, you do certain work on yourself, you clear energies, and then you can move into a whole different way of being. And there's this thing where, what is this thing called? It's like, there's like this little dictionary, and you can go and you can see words in other languages that we don't, or that have the explanation for certain things. Like, there's certain words, like in different cultures, and they mean things that we don't have a word for in the U.S. culture. I hope that makes sense. Just like in certain like cultures across the world and languages, there's no word for horror or terror. There's no word for it. Or even like, don't be triggered for some of the things that you go get done at Planned Parenthood. In certain places, there's no word for what that is at all. If you know what that is, please post it so we can talk about it. But it's like, when you get to that point, you do that work, then you'll be able to feel what other people feel. Until then, what you're basically doing is like running up and down the hallways at school, trying to pull your friends out of class to do what you're doing, which is not learn. Or try to pull people out of class or create distractions so that no one else learns. And it can't happen here. What messages do you have for this? Look at sis. It's I ruined my life trying to ruin yours, man. I'm telling you, some people are in hell and hot water right now. Some people really look hella dumb, bruh. And I'm gonna tell you, like I said, they gave you the ability to flex from what they did. Some of these people, they don't realize that they traded their whatever that they had to you by trying to take yours. Some of y'all, that's the agreement that you have in your energy field. You better know it now. When you're protected, you're a divine person. Anyone that's trying to take something away from you, they have to sacrifice theirs first. Whatever you try to take from somebody else, it will become sacrificed from you. So now individuals are learning this is the game. This is really how energy works, not this warped ass way of thinking and being that I've been living in all my life. That's why some of these people are on fucking hard drugs, because they don't understand what's really going on around them or what they're about to experience for what they try to do to you or cause in your life. These can be people about to be under investigation or currently are. Don't just ignore my weave. Don't worry, I'm gonna get my shit together. This can be people getting sick from what they were trying to do, wasted their time, missed their train, ruined their reputation, impacted their finances. They're gonna learn real quick. And it's because they're underachievers. This also too was like, for some of you guys who are getting spiritually attacked, I can say this all over myself. A lot of these karmics, they're sick as fuck. They're like, damn, how do we attack this person with our mouths? with their money and their connections and then with spell work, only for this shit to backfire in our faces and make us look hella stupid and ruin our entire lives and our family names and our reputations. Years of college wasted. Rapid fire. I'm telling you, it's quantum leaping time. People are giving away things that they built over years in just weeks and months, playing games, and they can't stand it. And that's Saturn in Aquarius. Quickly, it's gonna happen. Swiftly. Right. I remember one of my divine feminines. I remember, you guys remember I read the story out for you guys. And she was saying that her husband had gotten a karmic and then they tried to sacrifice her with the secret society that he was dealing with and how that backfired. The karmic cleaned his house out. He's lost everything. They were putting her through hell of hot water, stealing from her, etc. Now she has her house again, cars, her happiness back, all the aces. He's getting sick. The karmic burnt him with the uncurable STD, you know? And he has to sit there about how he put himself into that situation. And she's thriving. Some of these karmics are straight up frauds with the jealous of your spiritual gifts. And they try to make you look bad or make you look like a fraud or do whatever, tamper with your business or whatever, only to have so many horrible towers happen in their life. They can't even reconcile it. They're permanently traumatized. Some of these karmics thought that they were going to traumatize you or cause problems and do this and this and that. That's what they're dealing with now. Hella chaos. And they cannot handle it at all. And this is what we were talking about earlier in terms of you've been through things that these people can't even would never be able to handle. But they're the ones acting a fucking fool. How? Childishness. That's how. Clarify, a fight breaks out. What's that about? You got the 8 of Cups. And this is what we were talking about. When these people were trying to bring drama and chaos to your door, you're like, you know what? I'm about to keep it pushing. Thank you. Some people are trying to fight you because you just walked away from them or you distance yourself from them. And now they're suffering because people see how low vibrational they are and codependent and messy. This is what we're talking about. People have had to move and shit like that because what they created caused problems. They had to maybe leave your church or leave your job or your housing complex or whatever the fuck. Clarify jealous of your spiritual gifts. This is also your connection to the Most High. 9 of Swords and the Empress. Theyre, there you go. And then you got the Star card right here. Then you got the 9 of Swords. And this is also too what they were trying to, these individuals are upset of your covering. That you actually are covered, that you actually are protected, that you actually do have authentic connection. A lot of these people are delusional. They think that just because they claim that they believe they have a connection or they do have a connection that you don't. Like, it's crazy. And a lot of the times, if you're playing with spell work or something like that, that's not a connection. That's the demon. Or they see that you're spiritually gifted and really tapped in. Or they may have some, because even demons have spiritual gifts or narcissists. And they see you going above and beyond with your gifts. And they think that that's the go-ahead to do A, B, C, and D. A lot of these people, I'm telling you right now, like, the hot water that a lot of your karmics are in, some of them are suicidal, y'all. I'm just going to keep it hella real. Some of them are really suicidal. Because they went through all that, avoiding themselves, running away from themselves, only to be back at square one. A lot of them are just permanently delusional. They're just going to keep on projecting and doing A, B, C, and D. That's just what they do. That's just what they're here for. They're a permanent troll. That's why they lie and make shit up and discredit you or try to down your character and stuff like that. Or make shit up. It's always something, y'all. For what? But I also know too, sometimes with this Youve Overcome and it's killing them, you gotta flex on these bitches. I'm gonna just keep hella real. Sometimes you just have to flex and be like, no. I got time today. Sometimes you just have to flex, and that's okay. And it's just setting the tone. It's just reminding these karmics, now this is what you're dealing with. And let that be that. Let it build up. Just let them keep on clowning, and then come out with the tower. Then they're going to go into something new. Let it keep on going. Let it keep on going. Eventually, it will just dismantle itself. Because once you give that one tower, that's all towers built on top of itself. That's it. You don't get to do nothing else. Let them talk. Let them make shit up. Let them project. You want to know another thing here, too, for some of my folks? This is also two people thinking that, like, for some of my, like, my women that may be, like, heavier, that men shouldn't be attracted to you because you're bigger. Like, what the fuck? There are going to be people right out here feeling some type of way because they try to make fun of you, or this is also too, like, for those of you who've lost weight, this phenomena where people feel like because now you look better than them, you outdo them like by far, and they just can't believe it because they surrounded their whole entire like persona and what is this thing called, self-esteem around you looking a certain type of way or being undesirable or the quote unquote like ugly duckling or something like that. That can be this as well too. Or some of these folks that were just like, oh yeah, well they're single and I'm over here and da-da-da-da-da. And you don't give a fuck with the sleeping with the enemy. Because you know life, there's more to life than just dick. Or you're enjoying your singleness, you're enjoying your singlehood, or being on your own, or just getting out of that marriage or that relationship. Oh yeah, it didn't work with her baby daddy. See, like, okay, and I got out of an abusive and toxic relationship. They can't stand the fact that you're still happy, even outside of that. Maybe the family, the sisters of your person, or his mom, or his exes, or his new bitch, excuse my language, or his new female. They can't stand that. So they have to talk mess. Oh, I heard she was a hoe anyways. Okay, but you still stare at my body every single day trying to figure out how to get yourself one, paying for ass shots. Or you got a voodoo doll or paying for spell work to try to tamper with my skin or something like that. So bitch, then you're a fucking hater. Because you're the empress with the star. You don't get badder than that. Or this could even be some of your baby daddy or your menfolk or these other men that you dealt with in the past. You were still growing. You were still learning when you were dealing with them. They're still trying to keep you in that position, in that category. Hell no, we light years away from that. And they're still stuck there, surrounded by karmics and rats, trying to pull you back in. Trying to use your name to keep the harem intact or build their relationships with other women or something like that. For what? And you've gone on. Some of y'all have gotten into other relationships. You've gotten married. People don't even know that you had a whole other baby or child. They're still talking about your relationship from 8th grade or 7th grade or something like that. Or high school or whatever. How you may have gotten cheated on or played or something like that. Y'all still on that shit? That's crazy. Meanwhile, they're having hella shit going on in their life they don't want to talk about. Of course, they're not going to talk about, but for some of these karmics, it's going to get exposed, and they're going to have to talk about it. And they're going to have to talk about how they were, all the things that they were trying to do to you. And they're going to have to sit around the peanut gallery that they developed to tell the truth. And that's how the Most High is even using your enemies to vindicate you. Boom. This is how the Most High will use your enemies to vindicate you. It's a lesson for you to see. Your enemies will always be your footstool. Thank you. Like, look at, for instance, my YouTube channel. Some of the top celebrities, entertainers, they watch my channel. Why? Because the karmics were so busy gathering people around to watch my downfall that they just built up my fucking channel. How about that? Let them do the work for you. That's another reason why they're suffering. Because not only, like I said, they give you bragging rights, they did the work for you. Good. Because by trying to play games over here and thinking that you were going to do A, B, C, and D, you just actually built my fucking platform. Or they built your stepping stone up. They built your staircase. They built your stairway. They built your stairway to heaven. All the bricks and rocks, the stone that the builder refused, you use that to build your stairway to heaven. Now, by the time they look at it, like, oh fuck, all the stones that we threw at that person, they use that to actually like do something hella like, damn, why the fuck? Oh, now you see, okay, I see. Now I see what type of trick that this is, and they think it's like witchcraft. Nah, it's actually just like the mirror effect, the boomerang effect, laws of physics, really karma, laws of the universe, favor, which is a law of the universe. Favor. When you do right, you get favored. The law of willpower. Personal willpower is always going to trump the will of others. Like, let's say you have your own will that you're supposed and destiny that you're supposed to be living out. That's always going to trump the destiny and the will of low vibrational karmics. You just have to know that. Universal will trumps individual will. Just because you want A, B, C, and D to happen, that's not what the Cashapp record said. That's not what Tahuti said. So, who are you again? Some people are learning like 1 + 1 = 2 by dealing with you. And the way that you will switch and swap destinies, switch everything, your livelihood and stuff like that, to the person that you've been trying to take theirs from, or block theirs, or cause problems for. These karmics traded in their peace of mind to tamper with yours. Look at how that works. It's like, what type of that? But that's the agreement that you sign though when you get into those type of energies. So why do they feel away now? Don't feel no type of way. Take that shit like bitter medicine and stay in your fucking lane. You don't have a right to feel a type of way. You have the right to remain silent. Because anything you say or do can be used against you in the court of Tahuti and Ma'a and Sekhmet. You have the right to stay in your lane. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to keep it pushing. You have the right to get your fucking karma. You have the right to learn how to fucking act. That's not even a right. That's mandatory. Thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate y'all with the chats and the tips and everything like that. I really do appreciate it. Because you kind of know what I'm doing, y'all. I just realized like I'm like spiritual cliff notes. Spiritual cliff notes. Instead of y'all having to go read that whole self-help book or something like that, we just cliff noted. But nah, I still recommend you do that. And I'm super excited for the book club because I have something that I'm going to put out for y'all. I'm going to put something up there for on my Patreon for something along the lines of this topic. Don't let people court you. Because that's really what this is. They try to court you because they're energy vampires in the way that they operate in life. Some of these people, like I'm telling you, some of these karmics are really slow as fuck. And you're gonna be like in your older years and you're gonna remember, do you remember that person? Oh my God. Wow. Yeah, I remember that. Just keep it pushing. That was a lesson. And you're learning from them. And this is what we talk about too in terms of smart people, they learn from their mistakes. Wise people learn from the mistakes of others. Let them keep on making mistakes. It's 888 people in the chat as I said this. What messages do you have, please? Clear your crown chakra too of all the cords of attachment that they try to put up on you by projecting and shit like that. They're trying to give you their curse. Nah, return that shit back to them. They feel inadequate. They feel like they're not man enough or woman enough. So they attack I'm going to tell you, this is how it goes. When they don't feel like they're man enough, they attack your womanhood. When they feel like they're not woman enough, they attack your womanhood. When they feel like they're not accomplished enough, they attack your accomplishments. When they feel like they're not learned enough, they attack your knowledge. When they feel like they're not beautiful enough, they attack your beauty. When they feel like they're not attractive enough to other men or other women, they attack your attractiveness, or they try to attack the people that are attractive to you, or put even straight up lies out there so that people who could be attracted to you are not. Clear that shit out of your mind, so that you're not bringing that into different places like work or new relationships, or new friendships. When they try to attack who you are as in relation, like as a friend or a partner, it's because they know that they're inadequate and that they're jealous, or that they've not been doing what they're doing. See it for what it is and return that shit to sender. That's how you break that shit down. Clarify you've overcome and it's killing them. Clarify you've overcome and it's killing them. Ooh, you want to know something that I just picked up here too with the you've overcome and it's killing them? Some of these karmics are like in such fucked up judgment. Ooh-wee. Some of them are in such fucked up judgment, like they're sitting there like, what did I do? Because a lot of this magic that's backfiring, they're realizing like what it does to the person, like their mind or their body. And they're like, why the fuck would I even think to do some shit like that? They're seeing it now, like, ooh, child. Because I just got a crazy vision in my mind's eye. I saw somebody like holding their head, rocking back and forth, like, what the fuck is this? It's the magic that you put out. And by them experiencing it in their life, they're realizing how sick it is. Why would I even think to do something like that? You see, what messages do you have? Whew, wow. It's seriously judgment right now. It's seriously judgment right now. Clarify you've overcome and it's killing them. You got completion. It's done. Yeah, rebirth right here. And healing. Karmic completion as well. Now you're having your manifestations. And you get to be proud of yourself because you're one who acted out of leadership. Right. And that's just spiritual leadership. Even if there's not people that you're actually leading, it's just like the fact that you took up you took up a better way of living. That's leadership right there. You just took up a better way of living, even if it's just in your own personal household or workplace. You decided to take a different path. You were the bigger person. The more mature one. Whoo. You want to know something that I'm also picking up here too? Because I'm always picking up on scenarios. For some of y'all that like you got like there's other baby mamas in the family or other baby daddies in the family. Those children, you're seeing how they're coming up. They're coming up with problems and all kinds of shit going on. And you want to know what? The other baby mama or the other baby daddy, they're mad at you because your children are prospering and they're thriving. Maybe some of your kids are having problems and things like that. But you want to know what? For the most part, especially if you're a person of like color or you come from trauma, things like that, and you're in the school system, there's going to be something. But for the most part, kids get in trouble. My kid's going to be on a good path. We'll get him together. We'll get him the support that he needs, et cetera, et cetera. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel. A lot of these karmics can't. Some of y'all are getting promotions. Things are happening for you. You're moving forward. And these karmics feel hella stupid because they're realizing that all they're doing is just practicing jealousy. Ain't nothing more than that. I don't know what the fuck you think you're calling it. Some of these karmics are trying to call it something other than what it is because of pride. But the manifestation speaks for itself, though. Like, so why are you trying to discredit it and down it? That's what I'm saying. Like, they're having to ask themselves, you day craze? What is it in me that's going to die if this person is actually who the fuck they say they are? What is it? What is it in me that can't survive if this person goes on to live a good life and just be happy after all that I did? What is it in me? A demon. You have to know that. That's why you want the karmic completion right here. It's done. You got completion twice. It's done. Done, done, done. Now it's time for vindication. And sing, sing, celebrate. one of my subbies, she emailed me and she said that if you're listening, I'm sending you love. She said that she just went through a breakup, and she said that she found my channel and that every time I sing that sing celebrate, it makes her hella laugh, but it helps her because she knows that she can get through that breakup. And I started hella laughing because I swear, y'all, I just be on here like living my best life. I'm not going back and forth with you, karmics. And I just like laughed because I have this whole thing too that I say, because that's from the Whitney Houston, the Martin Luther King's holiday song. And Martin Luther King, you know, he always says, I have a dream that one day this and this and that. And I say, how come MLK can have a dream, but I can't? Because I'm always having fucking dreams, and my dreams are exposing killers and money laundering rings and all kinds of shit. So why can't I have a dream, but MLK can? That's why I always sing the sing celebrate. Because one day I'm about to be like, I had a fucking dream that y'all motherfuckers was playing games and you got caught the fuck up. Sing celebrate. So anyway, side note. You're moving on to your healing. And it's like, you know what? You went through all of that. You just pulled your energy out of that timeline, out of their frequency. Let that shit collapse. Keep pulling your energy back every single day. Pull your energy out of their slander. Pull your energy out of their illusion. That's another thing here too. These karmics were creating illusions with your energy. And then now that it collapsed because you pulled your energy back or you transformed to a higher level, they can't use it anymore. They have to look for somebody else or a new victim or something else. Sending you all love, y'all. Come on now. You've made it through some really like crazy things. Pat yourself on the back instead of be like, damn, I can't believe I went through that. Da, 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 da. Don't be embarrassed. Why the fuck would you embarrass for somebody bringing demonic ass energy into your life, for crossing your boundaries, for acting like an animal, not treating you like you're an animal, acting like an animal. That's the thing that you have to realize. And even I wouldn't even say the name animal because animals have even more sense than that. They have way more integrity than that, a lot of these animals and these human beings on here, which is sad as fuck. So then what dimension are you really operating out of in a human body? Because I know like these little baby animals and things like that, they be operating out of more high vibrational ideals and emotions than a lot of these humans. So really, let's think about that. Don't be embarrassed for not knowing. Don't be embarrassed, you know, for breaking cycles and trying to break chains and trying to move forward. Don't be embarrassed of any of that. Don't be ever embarrassed for the way someone else treated you. They're not disrespecting you. They're not doing any of that. Also, too, a lot of y'all learn your lesson and now keep on moving. It may hurt going through that karmic lesson, but just take it like bitter medicine. Just hold it in. Transmute that energy so that you don't have to transmute it onto somebody else. That's why it says bring love into the situation. You brought love into the situation for yourself. It says that the end of a tough cycle approaches. Emotions are running high. They are running high for a lot of these karmics. They are, because all that moon magic is backfiring and fucking their ass up. They're getting 5150'd, put into wards or getting arrested, or magic is backfiring and killing them or destroying the coven, setting their houses on fire, causing problems. They're losing their businesses and all kinds of shit. They're having to pay child support, and they're getting labeled as a trash ass father along the community. They're getting exposed for how they don't focus on their kids while they're so focused on you or some shit like that. They're getting exposed for their jealous ass delusional behavior, their psychotic jealousy, their problems. Their whole bloodline is getting exposed for the shit that it's coming from. They're racist, for misogynist, for ageist bullshit. It's all coming out. And they thought that clout or money or whatever made them higher than you. Nah, you're the highest in the room because the Most High filled your mind up with ideas. And those ideas you follow, surrender to the divine. Boom. The Most High fills your mind up with ideas. You're the highest in the fucking room. And these karmics thought money or clout or whatever was going to make them highest in the room, or sleeping with your fucking baby daddy, or chasing after your ex or whatever the fuck, or trying to tamper with your reputation or whatever. That made them the lowest. You see? You're the highest of the high while they're involved in the lowest of the low. and getting their scarlet letter as such. Come on, y'all. A win-win outcome is in forecast for you. And then right here, there was it says energy is gaining momentum. I'm telling you, some of these karmics are like really like going through hella shit because of what they try to do to you. And they try to put it on you because they knew that you were strong. That's why they went so far, because they tried to break you. So they had to call on something hella crazy. And it ended up backfiring and destroying their fucking life. And they're seeing the repercussion in real time. Some of these karmics, I'm telling you, you out. Ooh, I pity the fool, man. For real. I love y'all so much. Take off the projection suit. Peel off the layers of film and gunk of projections and drama and slander and fuckery. Return that shit to sender. Let them wallow in their own astral waters. Empty out all those cups. Refill them. Go drink some tea after this. Go take a bath after this, a spiritual bath. Go light a candle after this. Meditate a little bit more. Let's get straight to it. We got shit to do, y'all. This is also a part of the journey. Don't let it distract you. It's just helping you build character and helping them get into the tower. And it's also clearing out house in your family or in your neighborhood or in your housing situation, in your housing place or in your community. It's cleaning house. It's separating the wheat from the chaff and putting people in their rightful place. They're helping to manifest their own spiritual authority by playing with you. Now it's made manifest. So let's really fucking see. Let's see what's about to happen. Okay? 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 Let's see what's about to happen. Let's see what's about to happen. All right, y'all. With the plotting and planning on themselves, the Most High's fucking plotting and planning. And they got hella shit planned. And I'm like, I'm about to watch because it's going to be like, ooh, you know, when you got a hella good view on the 4th of July, I don't celebrate the 4th, but I like the fireworks either way. And you're like, damn, I just can't wait. That's what it's about to be like. And I got a nice ass fucking view. I can't wait. I get nice ass views of thunderstorms, all kinds of shit. I can't wait. Oh, baby, I can't wait.